Like, with all due respect, what does a footballer know about tech?
I never, I never had this question. Fantastic, you know.
Thank you.
I'm gonna think this. I think more. It's easy to make money. Oh, it's easy to be successful. No, people become addicted to the success on short term.
Yes.
Success doesn't come on short term because I came from a very small place. My opinion always been that sports is a great platform, education platform to make a human being, a person.
Am I right in pronouncing it Gilberto?
Yeah, I can say. I don't know if sound Gilberto.
Gilberto?
Gilberto.
Gilberto is better.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Gilberto, thank you so much for being here with me.
Pleasure.
I know you're very busy and
Yeah.
working on your business and app. Can you tell us more about Striver?
Yeah. As you say, I have been busy in the last couple of years. I must say, develop some kind of projects, and the latest project is the Striver, which is the world's first abuse-free social media platform. And now we are in the process of growing up the project, getting users to the platform. Strive, and the idea is starting with football, and because in our community we have moderation against online abuse, and as we have seen, a lot of them experience abuse in their social medias.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been tough, but also for the fans, because the fans have experienced some sorts of abuse, because when they express their opinion, may somebody have a different opinion, but they don't have a dialogue that is like a confrontation. And Striver come to this process to help the clubs to interact better with their football, their fans.
Absolutely.
And also for the fans, at some point they may use the platform, may some of the legends in the game say hi to them.
So it's about connection, it's about having that honest
Yeah.
conversation. Have you created it from a perspective on, and I'll talk to Tim about this too, but is it a fan first or is it a player first platform?
All together.
Altogether.
It's not about me, not about you, it's about us.
Yes.
This is what we are about, It's about supporting each other, because we live in a world where, sometimes some things happen and then become too negative.
Yes.
And either in the real life, either in the social space, in the technology space, social media, etc. And we believe that social media is a great way
Absolutely.
to interact with people. It's a great way to create your business, make a living, but also do something nice. But unfortunately, some people have a different idea. Like in the normal life, in the social environment, they just transfer their behavior for these sort of platforms,
Absolutely.
which is unacceptable in my opinion.
Do you think that it's changed, like helped or hindered the way that people see football through social media? What I mean to say is, I have the pleasure of recently listening to a lot of Football First podcasts, and a lot of the players talk about the fact that fans know the players, but the players don't know them. And so in real life, they hear a lot of abuse called out, or people will come and say things that isn't, relevant, and it makes these profiles go back into their shell and become sheltered and not really want to share anything online. What is your relationship like with social media?
My relationship is okay. I'm not a content creator basically, but I like to share ideas. Let's say propose a good conversation and share good content. For example, if I say something, people listen. Maybe I can help somebody with just a small thing I say, maybe a word or phrase, a sentence, whatever, a story I tell can motivate somebody to become better. Because, I came from a very small place and I have to work hard. When some people see you at the top in the football, they don't understand what is behind it.
Absolutely.
It's a hard work. You have to be disciplined. Sometimes you are not motivated. And for the players, we observe in some of their channels is their own channel. They own their voice,
Yes.
but they don't own it properly, and because they are scared in many occasions. Why? And they are afraid of being there, giving some opinion, or even though when things does not go right. Let's say, for example, they had a bad game. They say, "Oh, today we didn't have a good game. We lost, but we work hard. We are going to make it better in the next game. And, we are working to progress." They are afraid of say that, but they had to speak to the journalists. They say this to the journalists. Why not say on their own channel to communicate with their own fans? Because the real fans of them will understand they are humans.
And will support them. Because one thing I'm hearing you say is social media currently, and I'm a big believer that it's slightly broken because we're showing or showcasing people's success reels. We're not showing the hard work, the failures, or the mistakes in the background, because you go online, you have 7 seconds, everything needs to look pretty and perfect.
Yeah, everybody's beautiful.
And it must also impact your mental health, right?
Problem is people become addicted to the success on short term.
Yes.
Success doesn't come on short term. This is reality. If somebody is telling you that in 7 days you are going to be successful with something, well, you may be lucky. But behind these 7 days, there are a lot of years of preparation, of training, of acquiring knowledge to be very precise and very knowledgeable.
Yes.
To achieve something in 7 days.
Absolutely.
But there is a plan behind
Yes.
it and a lot of hard work. But then people become addicted to these short messages, come to them, "Oh, it's easy to make money. Oh, it's easy to be successful." No, don't believe in this kind of easy things, and but people become addicted to it. And then in football, the relation between fans and football, because they are addicted to this kind of information,
of
they don't make their own research. For example, if somebody says something about me, and people start sharing this kind of thing, why they don't, spend a little bit of time, maybe 5, 10 minutes, 1 hour, half an hour, whatever, just make their own research, see with their own eyes, to make their own opinion about it, and not share what somebody else told them.
Yes.
Maybe it's true, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that you've touched on there is the work, the effort, the trade that goes into actually becoming your best self, whatever that might be. A question that I remember asking Sol Campbell, that I believe is an ambassador of yours as well, was what skills are you taking from your football career into your business career? Because it is, though they're kind of similar industries, they are two different industries. And I assume that those listening and watching will be asking the same thing. Like, with all due respect, what does a footballer know about tech? And it doesn't have to be that blunt, but that's kind of what goes through the user's mind, right?
Well, I think my opinion always been that sports, doesn't matter if it's football, other sorts of sports, it's a great platform, education platform, to make a human being, a person, a fantastic athlete. But going to this school of sports, this for me is a school.
Yes.
Sports is a school where you learn how to be disciplined, how to be resilient, how to, work in group. And I can say a lot of things, This is what I've learned in football. And then all these skills, when you have to pivot from football to business, you can use them. Of course, you have to acquire some some knowledge about business. How does it work? The finance. How does it work? The taxes, all those kind of things. Meeting people where they can be some sort of mentor. Like we had a coach.
Absolutely.
Our manager in football, sports direct, something like this. But in business, you have to have people with this knowledge to teach you. And how for you to use your skills in sports on business. Learn from people who knows.
Absolutely.
They are there. They are going to be your mentors, your coach, let's say that. And then you start to understand, learn, touch, see, experience, and then you get involved. I think this is the process, but the competition mentality is there, the sports mentality there, and then you just get all these discipline you learn and just put in this, and we can expand a lot and help people. I think one of the important things for me, of any other business, any business I get involved, and I think, how can I help? instead of think how I make money. Money is going to be part of the
Absolutely.
process. Of course, when we do business, we want to make money, have a reward of it, have a return. But it's important. If more you help, more return you get.
A common question that we get, if you'd be comfortable answering, is you're obviously shifting industries, right? The industry that you have similar contacts, you have similar network, but you're still shifting industries. For the average person, that can be quite daunting, or you can feel like an imposter, or you can feel like you don't really have anything to contribute to that conversation, and often that makes you feel slightly overwhelmed. How did you practically build out that network that you now need when you get into the world of tech, be that investors, fans, players, teammates, even your relationship that you have with Tim? How did you work on that when that wasn't really what you've known all these years?
Become a student, basically. You have to become a student, be humble to learn from people who knows things you don't know. And okay, I had a successful career in football, but going to business is like going back to the academy again. To the when I was starting to play football, I had to learn how to stand up, then start walking, and then maybe have a little jog, and maybe in the future you run. But it's a process, and then you have to be patient again. You have to be patient to learn, you have to listen to people, observe what they are doing. Who are the big examples you can follow up? And try to understand what these people did, these guys did, in order to be successful in their business. How can I learn from them? What kind of tip, maybe a phrase, a word, or something they told in a conference? And the events like business events I have been is perfect to meet people, engage with them, spend time, to listen to people. I think you have to, get into it. Otherwise, it's quite impossible. Okay, you can learn by practicing. Maybe take a little bit of time, But if you have a combination of coming to the events, get engaged with a group of people, get a course, there is a lot of way to learn. Podcasts, videos on internet, meeting people, share experience. It's fantastic.
Going back to Striver, what is the one thing you learned about yourself through this journey?
One thing I've learned about, I never had this question. Fantastic,
Thank you.
I'm gonna think this. I think more. One thing I've learned a lot about myself is that I'm discovering that I can acquire new skills I would never thought in my life. I didn't. Maybe in the past I didn't have an intention to be in this type of business on tech. Despite the fact we use technology, I have some other business that I have to use technology, and maybe I didn't pay much attention. But now being involved, I want to understand more what my team do on a day-to-day basis with the systems, the work, what kind, if there is another better system to help them, to make things easier for them, but more effective. And this is what we start to learn, become more curious about how can I learn different things in order to help people, help my marketing, help my team. I think this is a question you start to do for yourself. I think this is what I have been learning, become more curious.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
and I'm really grateful for all the answers you've given.
Thank you.